What's going on, everybody? It's Aubrey Smith with Oryon RC. I haven't done an update on my HPI Sprint 2 in a while, and there's not really too many changes. I just had some questions lately on how arms were hooked up and ride height, caster, and how'd you get certain angle. And so I'm just gonna go over how I've got mine built and how I've got mine set up. And if you guys got any questions, get in touch with me through Facebook, PM me, YouTube, Instagram, whatnot, man. You get in touch with me, Oryon RC, Aubrey Smith, and I will help you in any way that I can to get a chassis that wasn't necessarily designed to be a drift chassis into a decent sliding machine. I love my YD2, don't get me wrong, it is my go-to chassis, but I have created a chassis that drifts, if not as good, very close to it. Yes, those YD2s and the new MSTs, they are balanced really well, and that is a key factor that I have noticed that helps with our short course track in this area is the car being balanced correctly. So Sprint 2s really aren't designed balance-wise very well. So that was one thing I had to overcome, was getting more weight to the front of the chassis. And I noticed that putting the motor up high helped the center of gravity, if you will, and it helped throw the weight out, and has worked a lot for us. So that's what I have set up on all my cars. I'm currently working on another Sprint 2 that's going to have a high mount as well. So, but let me get into the setup of everything. I'll try to get everything in, and if I miss something, get in touch with me and let me know if there's something I can do to help you. All right. Right off the start, we'll go with shocks. Okay. Front dampers are sitting at 1 viscosity DS Racing shock oil. Drilled the piston cups to 8 holes, and I'm running a medium spring. And as you can see, super soft, guys. Okay. That's what I like in the front. I like it to have a lot of movement. I took my droop screws out. All right, took the droop screws out. That way I can get as much movement as I need in the front. Plenty of movement. Super smooth. DS Racing shock oil is unbelievable. So get in touch with me if you need some. All right, so front, super soft. Rear, hard, stiff. So you can see, doesn't have a lot of movement because I got it low, but it is stiff. 40 weight with a hard spring. And as you can see, the way that I got them springs angled out, or the dampers angled out, try to get as least amount of traction as I can in the rear end so it breaks loose and slides. My active toe is there, but it's so stiff and locked that you're not getting it. No benefit to the active toe on this car right now at all. So, all right, back to the front. Front track width is 223 millimeters. Okay, I have put spacers. You can see it. I put spacers right here on my lower arm, 5 millimeter spacer to increase track width, and I am on the farthest out knuckle, or I'm on the farthest out holes on your knuckle. All right, and then on your arm, I'm on the farthest hole out as well. And then on the actual steering part of the knuckle, you can see where I'm set there. Maybe. There you go. Okay, so that gives you an idea where I'm set up. All right. So, upper arms, front upper arms, I did eagle. Sorry, I'm trying different versions of how I'm filming and stuff, and obviously I'm not liking the way this is set up. I need to get better light. But Eagle Racing TT02 FRD actual arms, but I didn't like their mounting hardware. So I got the Eagle R31 mounting hardware, and that's how I did mine. All right. So you got R31 hardware, FRD actual arms, front and rear. So that has made huge improvements. I have absolutely no slop whatsoever in any of my arms. Nothing's breaking anymore. So that was a huge improvement. Look into that, guys, on the Sprint 2. So I've currently got about 150 grams in the front of the car, guys. That puts me at about 53% front weight. And it was about 50-50 balance before I started slapping all the weight on it. So, and I did all that weight to help slow the car down and help get the rear a little bit more angle without too much throttle. So it has helped for me so far. Servos a .07 speed VTEC. Been very happy with the VTEC servos. I got them on all my cars, and I have not had any one of them break. They're very fast, very quiet. 120 amp Toro speed controller with too many options. It is a beautiful speed controller. I recommend it if you don't have it. That's what I run on every one of my chassis. That's what I run on every one of my chassis. Motors, I have a couple of different ones I've been trying out. This one is a 10.5 turn Oniseki, and I have a D-Lite Gildan 1 gyro that I'm running on this. That is a very nice gyro, guys. I've had Oniseki gyros, and I do like them a lot, but I have actually noticed a difference with that gyro. I noticed that it seemed to hold the line longer, if you will, and straighter and cleaner than with the Oniseki. And man, I love my Oniseki, don't get me wrong, but very happy with that so far. Very happy. So, of course, custom wired, running a Tornado fan, the aluminum cased one. Help cool that motor down because I'm running high traction carpet, high grippy carpet, and it has made a huge difference. I never had a motor overheat, but it definitely helped cool it off. So keep that in mind on high grip carpet, guys. What else? Tires I am currently running are DS rear wheel drive F0 Mark II in the front, and then the CS 4S in the rear. That is their smoothest, slickest compound tire that they have for a carpet surface. I do know some people running the triple F Mark IIs, and they are saying that those seem to be smoother on a polished concrete than the CS4Fs, but from what I understand, these are their hardest compound tire, the CS4Fs, and that's what we run spec tire on my track at Orion's Belt RC Drift Track. I don't know if there's much else here. We'll do ride height and camber and caster and everything. Rear dampers. Rear ride height is at 6.5. Front ride height sits at 8.5. Front caster is at 7. As you can see, good angle with the right amount of Ackerman. Just a little bit there. So again, my caster is at 7. Camber is at 7 and 8.5. Again, ride height 6.5 and 8.5. And toe out 1 degree. It might be 2. I kind of guesstimate on the toe out, guys, but it definitely has some toe. I know it's at 1 degree. It may be sitting at 2 degrees toe out on the front tires. Rear is 0, sitting flush. I don't know if there's much more to it. See if I can't get a closer view for you guys of the actual chassis here without messing up too much. Might help you on how you hooked up some things. Again, bear with me on the filming side of this stuff, man. That's what I'm working on, is setting up better ways to film all this so it's not so rough. I got to get some better light so you can actually see the setup. Yeah, guys, that's it, man. HPI Sprint 2 full custom by Oryon RC. Get in touch with me if there's any questions that you need. I can go over a full parts list of people if they need me to and everything. The big things is the rear wheel drive kit, changing out your upper arms, at least in the front, to some better, more stable arms that don't have any slop in them. You'll pick that up in your gyro, the speed wobble, if you don't get good. You need to tighten everything up. You don't want slop in your arms. You don't want slop right in this area. You know what I mean? I put a spacer in between my actual hub and the knuckle, and that prevented some wobble right there, and all of that helped me bring my gyro up without getting that speed wobble. Any kind of unnecessary movement without the actual servo doing it is going to be picked up in that gyro. I guarantee you that. So I think that's about it, guys. If there's anything else I can help you with, again, I know I've said it a couple of times, but get in touch with me. I am more than willing to help people with the Sprint 2. I'll help you with my YD2 as well. This is what I know. This is what I know right here. People said that Sprint 2s can't drift and they're not any good, and I'm that guy that tells them they're wrong, and says, hey man, we can make this thing slide right there on the bumper of your YD2 that you got a G in. So go over gears real quick because I realized I hadn't done that. But 84 tooth spur, 22 tooth pinion. Okay, that's what I am running. It's got me at 8.14 final drive ratio. Okay, depending on what surface you run, depends on what your final drive ratio should be. Okay, that is where I'm at. I'm on a grippy carpet track surface, so 8.14. My other one's going to be 8.45, and try that out and see how that does for me. But with the 120 amp speed controller, I don't have to be at full throttle, and this car will be at the best angle to get me. The only full throttle initiation I ever get is if I'm trying to get around the turn and keep it real tight and transition nice and fast. So otherwise, full throttle is not needed with the right tune on the right track. Don't get me wrong, you can do it. I'm not telling you can't, but that definitely eliminates some of those issues. So, getting the right gearing, getting the right size speed controller for what you're doing, will give you the power that you need. All right. And another thing, on the rear wheel drive kit, they eliminate the rod that goes up to your upper chassis plate. So get you a couple spacers, get you a long set screw and a nut, and drive that down and put your spacers in. That will eliminate the play that you're getting in this arm, because eventually you'll start getting wobble in this arm, even with it tight, because its only connection point is at the bottom. So keep that in mind, guys. Get you some spacers, a set screw, and a nut. Drive that down. Take the screw out of what's in this, and then replace this with it. And just get it snug enough to where she still does what she's got to do. Okay? But now you don't get that unnecessary wobble. Again, wobble that will come up in your gyro, and you'll get that speed wobble on your car. Thank you very much, guys, for checking out the video and for helping support Oryon RC. Hopefully cleaner, more responsive videos will come soon with a better setup. I'm gonna work on getting me a better lighting and everything so it's not so messed up on you guys, okay? Bear with me. Oryon RC, Aubrey Smith. Local guys, hit me up. Orion's Belt RC Drift Track should be open Friday for whatever it needs to be. Whatever you guys want to do, let's get sideways. You want to do a mini comp, let's do it. Doesn't matter to me. Let's get sideways. So hit me up, guys. Like, subscribe. Get in touch with me if you need anything. Oryon RC, full custom Sprint 2. I'll have the purple one up on a video by the end of the week. I'm out.